A woman, simply by wearing a gardenia flower, caused all the butterflies in the garden to swirl around her in a dance. This sight left the emperor stunned. He immediately ordered her to move into the imperial harem. Little did he know, this was all part of the woman's scheme. It turned out that she had been reborn. In her past life, she was an expert in perfumes. To help her legitimate sister win the emperor's favor, she gave her a bottle of secret perfume, telling her to spray it 3 times while dancing, so the emperor would be mesmerized by her. But unexpectedly, just as her sister performed, the emperor left. Soon after, a long snake appeared, frightening all the concubines around them. The emperor scolded everyone, and her sister, seeing things weren't going as planned, betrayed the woman, claiming it was all her plot. The woman, enraged by her sister's stupidity, pleaded for her life, but the others only saw her as a plaything, torturing her to death. In that moment, the woman swore that if she were reborn, she would never again be a servant, never again be at the mercy of others. Perhaps God pitied her, for she truly was reborn. In this new life, her sister was so scared that she refused to enter the palace for the selection. The woman quickly realized her sister had also been reborn, so she told her father that she could replace her sister and enter the palace. Her father, who cherished her sister, agreed to her suggestion. Soon, it was the day of the palace selection. As soon as the woman entered the palace, she saw the concubine who had killed her in her previous life. She immediately walked up and slapped both of them. Then, she lied, saying she was helping them get rid of the bees on their faces. In desperation, she had no choice but to act, hoping the 2 sisters would have mercy on her, and she even bowed down to clean their shoes. Seeing her so humble, the 2 concubines didn't say anything more. But the next moment, the scheming woman took out a pastry for her to eat. The woman knew it was laced with poison, so she pretended to eat it. But once the 2 left, she spit it out. What they didn't know was, while she was cleaning their shoes, she had coated them with oil, so they would slip and fall in the grand hall. Sure enough, the scheming woman tripped in front of the emperor, but because of her noble family background, she was still chosen by the emperor. Soon, it was the woman's turn to be selected, and she placed the freshly picked flower on her head. The plain-looking girl caused countless butterflies to swirl around her as she was eliminated. The emperor, seeing this, was overjoyed, and kept her name, allowing her to move into the harem. But the empress saw through her scheme, realizing she had used a special scent to attract the butterflies. A few days later, the woman had settled well in the palace, receiving generous rewards from the emperor. This made the other concubines incredibly jealous. The next day, the woman deliberately pretended to be cunning in front of the emperor, acting as if she needed to be rescued when climbing a tree to fetch a kite. Sensing her sweet fragrance, the emperor ordered her to serve him that night. The woman, in turn, added a seductive perfume to her scent, making the emperor unable to resist. But the next day, the emperor did not wake up. The concubines, accompanied by the imperial doctor, arrived and accused the woman of using an aphrodisiac on the emperor.